Hey guys, welcome to our review of Daredevil Born Again on Disney Plus. The MCU returns to the small screen in a TV series. I was excited about this one because, I think we wanted to turn around in the MCU. Wolverine kind of gave us that a little bit. And then I was hoping on the TV side we would definitely get a turnaround because, as you remember, in Phase 4, things started strong with TV and then it got real bad. So we started seeing a little bit of sliding ever since Hawkeye. And frankly, it's been on the downward trend ever since. Iron Fist?
For me.
Iron Fist was Netflix, Joe.
It's still bad Marvel.
But anyways, so we have Born Again. Now, this show had been some behind-the-scenes stuff, completely retooled. Apparently, they didn't use the original characters, Foggy and Karen, and they don't show, he didn't show up in the costume till episode 4, and so they got rid of that whole creative team. They did a bunch of reshooting. They brought in new directors, some of the guys from Moon Knight and some other series, and they redid a lot of it. And I think ultimately, at least based upon what I heard from the previous idea, this is better. But what we have here, I think, is amalgamation of the previous idea and the new guys coming in. And what we get, is it as good as the Netflix series? No. Does it capture some of the elements here and there and try to take its new take on it? Yes. I think the best part of Daredevil Born Again is the most important part. Charlie Cox and Vincent
D'Onofrio.
Yes, these two characters as obviously our Daredevil and our Fisk kind of hold this series up for me. I also like Bullseye, though he doesn't do a whole lot here. There's a huge spoiler here in the first freaking 10 minutes of the first episode. We're going to hold off and talk in spoilers, so be aware of that. But yeah, so I think ultimately those things work, and then some of the stuff around it, the supporting characters, is where I'm not feeling it. And so I feel like I'm a little disappointed in Born Again, but I think the product that we got was probably as best as we were going to get with this amalgamation of different creative ideas and trying to save the season. And I think ultimately by the end, maybe this is we got 9 episodes to go. This is the first 2. Hopefully by the end we'll be where I wanted us to be, or where we should be by the end. We're going to see with that particular thing. So that's my initial thoughts on it. I'm not sure if I like the new look. I think the new look has some cheap-looking sets, some kind of bad CGI, and frankly, if we're being really honest, bad CGI.
He's running around on the top.
On the building, and then he does his hero pose. It looks bad. A little jarring. And then, if we're being honest, Daredevil obviously is known for some drag-out, brawling, some fights, those hallway fights, all throughout the series. Get really good choreographed fight sequences in this, and they're all right, but so far not quite at the level, and I'm not even sure they can get at that level with this team. So I guess I'm mixed on the opening. I see good elements here. I want to hold out hope. And I will say, it's better than what we've been getting lately. Better than Echo, Secret Invasion, Miss Marvel, She-Hulk. I think it's better. Yeah, but those are low bars.
Yeah.
Those are low bars.
Yeah.
So what did you guys think?
For me, the bar was already set low because of those things already. So coming in, I didn't really expect much. But honestly, it was an enjoyable watch. I did enjoy it. I liked the first couple of, 10, 20 minutes of it. It was, I did not expect
basically all the stuff that they reshot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you could tell Foggy and Karen wasn't really a part of the original idea, and they just brought them in for
no, but for what they had in the beginning, I think it was a pretty good opening scene.
Yeah.
I loved it. It had a lot of emotion, good action. And then after that, then yeah, you could kind of see where the next episode kind of died down a little bit for me. But so far, I'm enjoying this. I did not expect it to be kind of gory and bloody, but I'm still happy for it. I thought they were gonna do like a Disney thing and kind of wash that out.
Yeah.
But I'm happy they didn't.
I wouldn't really say it's gory and bloody. You actually see bloody, which I think is a shock on Disney Plus. You see some blood on one character, but then
the guy
after that,
but the guy exploded. The guy exploded.
I don't remember any explosion.
Yeah, the guy exploded. Okay. The guy just broke his arm, and you see the blood. You see it snap. For Disney,
digital blood right there. I hated that part.
Yeah, but what?
I hate digital blood.
Well,
well, they're gonna really break the guy's arm. I
mean.
No, there's practical ways you can do it, Alex.
Well, I understand that, but I'm not expecting
I don't like digital blood. That's all.
Gore, like a rated R movie. But for Disney, I thought it was fun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have no idea how to feel about the series yet. It's too early to judge. I think parts are fine, and parts. I think the show needs to progress. I'm really excited to see what happens when Punisher shows up. They've spoiled that. I mean, a year ago, they're like, hey, Castle will be back.
He will be coming.
And so it's like I think the show needs to ramp up. I like lawyer dramas. I like crime investigations. So I think some of that stuff is interesting. I think the political maneuvering of Wilson Fisk can be interesting. It's not super interesting yet, but I'm hoping everything is just building. And I have to hope because what we get now, I kind of agree with you guys. It's like there's some good parts and there's some bad parts. It's just They needed to release 4 episodes. The format is awful.
I hate this.
Fucking stop it. This show is not good enough to do only
one a week.
One a week. Give us 4.
Now we get a premiere for 2.
Wait a couple weeks and give us another 4, and then I think the format works better for these shows because it's fine right now, but I want to love it. And it's like if it does get better, let everyone know that the show is going to get better. Hit us with a really good fight scene in the intro because I kind of like the Bullseye fight scene, but like it was all right. There was some like
there's some weird moments.
It was a cartoon part.
Some aspects where all those knives are sticking out of him while he's
where they're
fighting.
Like exhausted,
it's like a hedgehog.
still throwing. Yeah, I like that.
There was a pool ball that he throws the wrong direction that hits a woman in the forehead. I was like, this is stupid. This is a cartoon.
I
hated
bouncing it.
Yeah, I was like,
he's
wait,
so good. He's Bullseye.
I know. I was like, wait,
you can
did
hate it all you want.
No, he didn't miss.
This is Bullseye.
Yeah, but that's not how a pool ball works. And like he's like, no, pool balls don't work that way. And he doesn't.
They do.
I thought about that too. I was like, wait, there it is.
Yeah, but it's like the whole thing of this being kind of like a gritty, grounded thing, and you can't have in my opinion, you can't have a cartoon moment in there.
Yeah.
And it's like he picks a log with a paperclip, and I get it. It's like, I just don't think it doesn't.
I disagree. I want a little bit more of those comic book elements.
Did you want
in there.
like him to pull it and have little?
Yeah, have a stupid thing, stupid thing on his thing.
I want him to wear the fucking suit, but I think we will get there.
Yeah, if we want to enjoy the Netflix dark, gritty, cool action sequences, I think it's a different world.
It is.
And what I don't want is more of what we got in the Bullseye scene, and what I do want is more of what we previously got in Netflix. So I just hope that they don't do the Sony thing like Sony did with Venom. That's like let's get more comedic and kind of silly and wacky with it, and less violent.
That's interesting because I wanted more of what was in the first 15 minutes and less on what the hell everything else was.
I don't think we're gonna get that dark, gritty Netflix.
Yeah, I mean, Born Again. That means we're going to get a deconstruction. That means that we're going to be missing out on a ton of what we wanted to see kind of set up, just to set up the rebuilding and the reborn part of it. And by the end, likely putting us where we were hoping to start at the end, making it more us looking forward to season 2 than this sort of transition season where Disney finds their own Daredevil. They have him go through the ringer and come out on the other end different or with a satisfying character arc, hopefully. So, and then they're doing a bunch of promos online. We're going to blow up Netflix's past. It's like, but why? Why do you need to market it as, we're going to blow up Netflix?
Well, it ended terribly. Everything that Netflix did towards the end sucked. Because they went into the Defenders and the Iron Fist, like you were talking. It's like, no, let's get away from all that stuff.
They add some new elements here. So here's where I think here's the stuff that I don't think works, that I don't like. The BB report, that sucks. I hate it. it looks cheap. It's like,
yeah,
are we in 2005?
For me, I thought I was like, wait, I got Disney without ads. Is this an ad?
What the fuck is this?
I thought this was an ad. I was like,
yeah.
no, can I skip this?
Yeah.
I was trying to skip it.
Some of the music choices at the end, I'm like, is this 2005? You know, they're real bad music choices.
It reminds me of Spider-Man playing the game where there's like a the podcast going on. It's like, no, I don't want to hear from you.
I don't like as you could tell that the Foggy and Karen kind of aren't part of this. They kind of like show up for a few days of filming, and all the replacement characters, this new lawyer firm, this new investigator, friend for
Cherry.
And his
Kristen.
Wow, Joe, excellent.
I just finished watching it.
And it doesn't work for me, and they're not compelling. I don't like this replacement girlfriend.
Yeah,
Karen
that's too
seems
soon.
friend zoned,
I know it's
and
been
I'm
a
like,
year.
did I miss something? Why are we in the friend zone?
Yeah, it's like been a year. You don't need to force just have him deal with everything. He has to do something already.
I don't give a shit about this therapist character. I don't buy their chemistry. I don't see their chemistry. So every time, we're doing something there, I don't like it. Fisk is interesting. Anytime he's on the screen, it's interesting because it's like, is the old Fisk still under there? He's looking for redemption. He's trying to find power through redemption. Or is he? Is he doing something else?
He's still evil.
That's compelling.
No, he's not evil. No, he's not evil, Joe.
But then when we get to the therapist stuff and repairing his marriage, I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I get his obsession with Vanessa, and their love is so deep, and now she's in the underworld and she's her own queen pin kind of thing, but so I don't really buy the fact that it's not working between them and they have to repair it. It's like a lot of stuff happened off screen that the show is trying to factor in. What I do like, and what I hear from people who have seen all 9 episodes, is that there are weaknesses, but one of the strengths is we're going to get to see Matt Murdock really try to leave the Vigilante behind, because something really big happens in the first episode where he retires Daredevil. He feels like he's not good enough to wear the suit anymore, and he tries to do his saving through the right way, through the court system, the lawyers.
Justice corrupt.
So apparently we're going to get some good lawyer procedural. They brought in some
okay
writers.
With that, though. I like it if it's done
the
right.
courtroom stuff, they brought in better writers for that. I'm looking forward to that kind of stuff. But I think a lot of these other supporting characters get a lot more screen time and a lot more than we want.
Yeah.
And I think that is something to look out for, and something that might hold this season back.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I'm looking at it. That's all we can go on in pre-spoilers, spoiler-free section. So why don't we go ahead and combine the first and second episode into a premiere score? What do you think the premiere of Daredevil is? How much did you like it? How much did it miss? And where do you end up putting it at? And then we'll go into the breakdown with spoilers. And when we do that, we can give you your individual score.
I think with both, for me, I'd probably give it a 7.
Mm-hmm.
I did like some of the action stuff, but like we said before, the CGI was kind of hokey. He's running around the rooftop, the blurry effects kind of.
Oh, yeah.
It looks so fucking
the look
weird.
of it. Why is it there's like so much fog everywhere? I get it because you're supposed to do New York and steam, but I just can't see shit.
They were rushed, I think, because this is the stuff that they
Yeah,
filmed.
And then
after.
that night to dark shot when he knocks out that light, I was like, that's fake. That looks awful. Stop that.
It's kind of weird. But
And then the set, when he crashes through the wall, it looks just like a set that could fall down. Sorry.
They barely touch it. It's already collapsible. The fight scene was pretty good. Again, I didn't expect much. I'm happy they still have some, even if it's digital blood and stuff like that. We're not going to get the dark and gritty Netflix stuff, so I'm already preparing myself for that.
I wish Disney
we
would
too.
stop that and give us some dark.
Yeah.
They get promised. They said Echo was going to be dark and gritty, and
Stupid is what it was.
Yeah.
But I'm all for the crime, the investigation, the courtroom. But if we get a courtroom scene like Joker 2, I'm out, because that was fucking stupid.
Don't even bring that up, Joe. Goddamn.
Honestly, with BB, I don't know what's gonna happen with her. Obviously, she's gonna factor in somehow, or she's gonna uncover something from Kingpin,
Right.
and you don't really care for that.
No. What about that Daniel guy?
Yeah, they make mentions like, oh, this guy. It's like, so he's
He's
kind
just
of weak.
I don't know what character.
I don't care about Daniel. I don't. And with Heather, his girlfriend,
the assistant to Fisk. I don't know if his name's Daniel.
Yeah, it is. His girlfriend Heather, she did write the book. Was it Live Without Fear? So she kind of helps him out there. He's the man without fear. So I guess. No, honestly, I don't care about the relationship.
No.
I don't care about the marriage counseling.
Yeah.
So that's
the only interesting element is what they do in episode 2, where they kind of tie in that she ends up a therapist for some pivotal characters.
Yeah, but you don't care, though. Yeah, you don't really care about that. But if we go back, I am interested in this case, what's going on with corrupt cops and then Hector and that stuff.
Okay.
But
7 out of 10?
7 for both.
Yeah, I liked it a little less. I'm going to go 6 out of 10. I think it's good, but we're at the point now where there's a bunch of characters on screen that we, like you mentioned, just don't care about. Like, I don't care about BB. I don't care about his new assistant, partner, person that should have just been Karen from the start.
Multiple assistants.
There was no reason to replace her. Like, apparently the actress wasn't busy, and she's like, I don't know why they didn't call me. And it's like, well, everyone kind of liked her. I don't know.
Because it would have been way more impactful dealing with what they have to deal with, which we'll get
well, and then there's established relationship tensions there, and they could have played with some of this stuff. And so, like, it's early, but I wasn't super enthused about with half of the first fight sequence. Some of it was really cool. Some of it I didn't think looked great. There was another fight sequence later on that I actually thought was really cool, but it was 30 seconds long. And so it's like, I need to see more of that stuff. I'm really interested to see.
In episode 2?
In episode 2. The very, very end of episode 2.
Yeah.
It was really cool, but it was about that long. There's some interesting stuff I actually do think with his new girlfriend, and they're planting seeds on how I think it could get really interesting, but it may just be, I'm probably wishful thinking where we're doing things where I'm trying to like this show more than maybe it deserves right now, but right now I still think it's above average.
Yep. I am with Alex on this one. I wrote down 6 out of 10, slightly above average. I was disappointed in some of the cheap-looking sets, and the fights aren't quite up to. It's a high bar to clear, okay? Because I am comparing it to Netflix. This is essentially, and they're marketing it essentially as season 4. And it definitely feels different, and they've made some questionable choices. I do think it's a course correct. I think it was a good idea to get rid of the previous people who didn't know what they were doing, and so what we have here is kind of like a half measure, and hopefully by season 2, because originally the idea was we were going to get like 18 episodes, and that was interesting. Or maybe they're still doing that and they're just cutting it in season 1 and season 2. I do like, now that I mentioned that, I do like that we're not getting, thank God, they're hour-long things, and they're not butchering it to 24-minute episodes like they did with Star Wars.
They remains consistent the whole time?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, 6 out of 10 right now as a premiere. Could definitely go up or down from here.
Yeah.
And the good news, though, is that Daredevil Born Again Season 2 has already been greenlit, approved. Filming is actually happening right now, the first week of March. So that gives the new creative team, unshackled from whatever came before and all the behind-the-scenes stuff. I hope by now we're really focusing in on, Matt Murdock being Daredevil, doing Daredevil things.
He's got to get pushed to the edge.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
After having been born again, kicking ass again.
Oh, good.
So, 6 out of 10. Okay, let's go into the individual episode breakdowns and talk about some of the major reveals there. Warning. All right, episode 1. Foggy fucking dies. I was like, it's very easy to see coming with how they set it up. He's getting a phone call. He's hitting on women. He's like, oh, this is the greatest. I'm like, oh, God.
This is the greatest day of my life. Nothing can go wrong. Oh.
Bullseye for no fucking reason, by the way. If you've watched season 3, there's no reason Bullseye should be attacking Foggy. Or it kind of implies that he's going after Karen, too, because he's like, hello, Karen, like he did before when he was acting like he was Daredevil in Season 3. But the thing is, his beef now is with Vanessa. He wants to kill Vanessa. He wants to kill Fisk for fucking with him and killing the love of his life. So why would they do it? I guess he has a small grudge against, Matt Murdock because they fought. They had the 3-way fight and shit. But it doesn't make sense.
And
That's not his.
He should have hit him.
So if he shows up later on, he's like, "Oh, I got a contract from Fisk or Vanessa." I'm gonna be like, "What the fuck? You should be attacking them, not that. Whatever. We needed the drama. We needed Foggy to die. Now, I think in the comics, Karen is actually killed by Bullseye. There is a storyline where Foggy does die in the comics, much in this same way, where the heartbeat. He hears the heartbeat. I hear that's a Charlie Cox thing. He was like, hey, this would be cool if we heard the heartbeat the whole fight sequence. Because originally it was just towards the end of the fight sequence and the sound design was
because I was going to say, if it was
fight.
Bullseye, he should have just shot him in the head.
Yeah, well, this Bullseye is not quite as good as...
What do you mean? He took out the 2 people in the back. Headshots.
Yeah, he was...
He's like, these 2 get headshots, but this guy, I'm going to shoot him. Give him some time.
Give him some time. Well,
it hurts more.
In the comics, Foggy is able to come back. And spoiler here for the spoilers.
He ain't coming back.
Season 2, one of the directors says we're getting back both actors for Foggy and Karen. So what does that mean? Does that mean? And he's like, no spoilers. So it could be he's in flashback sequences.
Yeah.
That's most likely. I'd say 80% to 20%. It's like the comics where he went into witness protection. His heart had stopped. And then he comes back later on, but...
Or they do the resurrection thing again, which I don't want them to do.
I don't think it's going to be anything like Lazarus Pool.
It's called Born Again!
Yeah, well, that's...
Not for him.
Because that's how they brought back Elektra in the previous series. Is, she dies and she comes back. And
yeah, it will take away from the emotional thing. And they're like, we needed something big to start the series. I'm like, do you really need something big? Do you really need to kill Foggy? Fine. It's just... I think it would have been a better and stronger series, and I'd been more into it. And instead of 6, I'd be up around 9 if Karen and Foggy were the supporting characters rather than generic girlfriend replacement and generic law firm replacement characters. This kind of sucked. But it's the direction that they went with. So, jumping into it, Dex is... I don't know. Like I said, he kills Foggy.
He gets like 11 consecutive life sentences. Matt has to talk at,
He actually...
Yeah, I like that scene.
Drives him to... I like the scene because he takes the decision to fucking throw him off the building.
He went over the edge because he killed his best friend.
I like the way he did it, when it was just like this.
Like,
it wasn't
why?
even...
He wouldn't tell him. He just starts laughing. He's like, fuck this. Throws him off. I was like, that was good.
I like that. Then the fallout, Karen goes... to San Francisco. It just feels like my planet needs me. Flying out of the scene. So she goes to San Francisco.
Because Matt didn't talk to her for weeks.
I guess this
She's like,
allows...
fuck this, I'm out.
This allows Matt to eventually go to L.A. to have sex with She-Hulk and have no guilt or anything. And then be with this new therapist chick. But
he's seeing Heather.
Fisk runs for mayor, and we get a new girl for Matt Murdock. And like I said... As the series is going, I'm like, I don't like the colors, the fogginess, the fake lens flare effects. At one point, he's hearing something, but there's a lens flare on his ear, and I'm like, is that purposeful? Or does the lens flare just end up on his ear? And if it's purposeful, it looks like shit. Like, what is... I don't know. Anyways, one of the strongest moments from episode 1 is Fisk and Matt meeting at that diner. These are 2 actors who understand their characters, and the dialogue written for them is great. And I love their sparring back and forth. So if there's more of this later on in the series, that's great. They even have mention of Echo shooting him in the face, good sparring back and forth, and I think,
And Spider-Man. Talk about Spider-Man.
He does mention Spider-Man.
Spider-Man's coming.
Spider-Man is not coming.
What about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? I think Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are more likely to show up.
He's too celebrity, Joe. He's too A-team to even show up in anything Daredevil. Daredevil gets the scraps.
Maybe in the background.
Yeah.
So
And I think this is the entire series, right? Like I think at this point in time, both characters have let you know that they truly have changed. Matt, under no circumstance, wants to be Daredevil. Yeah. Fisk, I think you're supposed to believe as an audience member that under no circumstance is he a bad guy. In his mind, he is a good guy. And I
don't know about good guy, but somebody who wants to reform
Yeah, well, yeah, like in his mind, he's the good guy. He wants to change the thing. And only when something happens with Vanessa, like it's always Vanessa,
that
right?
Reminds him.
Vanessa cheated on him, and now we're
so that's the next scene is Vanessa kind of disappears at his victory party when he wins with 53% of the vote. There's people out there that love him, that thinks he's going to get shit done and that he's a criminal, so it's like he's going to be a criminal for us.
Aren't all our mayors criminals?
He's going to be a criminal for him, you dummies, but whatever. So they're on the rooftop, and apparently she says she had an affair with Adam, and he's like, I know about Adam,
don't
and
kill
I'm
him,
gonna
please.
kill him. Don't kill him. And he's like, all right, man. I won't do it.
You didn't say I couldn't remove his legs.
And we do see how White Tiger is a vigilante at the beginning of the series. I like White Tiger. I just like his costume. He's also Puerto Rican, another Puerto Rican hero in the Bronx.
I was like, that's not Tommy.
Miles Morales and And it sucks because this actor passed away from cancer in December 2023.
Oh shit!
And the second
that's
episode
why this
was
said
devoted to him. Sucks. So I don't know. They're gonna have to recast if there's more White Tiger stuff. If they want to do White Tiger in season 2, they might have to recast, or they'll maybe just drop the character entirely, which would suck because I'm curious. I want another bruiser out there, lower level where he can pal around with. But we're gonna get that with Punisher, so I'm looking forward to it. Anyways, I wrote here, there's some bad sound stage vibes, like they're all on a set, and it just didn't work for me. So I gave the first episode, I gave a 6 out of 10 to. What about y'all?
For the fight, I gave it an extra point.
Yeah. 7 out of 10? Okay.
I actually think it's the opposite for me. I think I may like the second one better. I think I'm going to go 5 for the first one.
Oof, okay. Because I just feel like his new friend didn't work. The new girl didn't work. I hate that Foggy is dead, even though, this is a comics thing, but I just hate it. And you can tell that,
his death wasn't set up. I needed, we need to build up to something like that.
And it's like, last minute kind of thing.
And it's like, the last time I watched the Netflix show was how many years ago? I needed a couple episodes to be reminded, how much these people mean to each other. It's been a long time.
Again, it makes no sense that Dex kills Foggy and not Vanessa. Episode 2. Starts with Fisk's speech, which mentions Spider-Man Joe, references Spider-Man, Punisher, and Daredevil. So vigilantes in this town. He's tired. He's in this town, I'm not going to let him run around. And I kept thinking to myself, okay, so how does this actually work in the MCU? So you're telling me the vigilantes had 0 impact on crime? There's that much crime in this, fantasy universe that the vigilantes are making 0 impact. I would think that the crime would go down when you have multiple.
So you never watched a Batman anything?
I was about to say Batman.
Gotham is fucked. Gotham is fucked. New York is fucked.
New York is fucked.
Batman has accomplished nothing in his long and storied career.
But they're afraid of him.
We have to suspend disbelief. But it just made me chuckle that vigilantes are out there keeping crime down. No, they're not, apparently, because everybody's upset.
Punisher will shoot you in the fucking face.
He's the only one, though. Everyone else is just,
So then I guess we have an NYPD sting here, which is a setup to capture, vigilantes, because some guy's getting beat up in the subway.
I think they're shaking him down.
And then it gets...
They're corrupt cops.
Okay.
And so they're just shaking down.
I interpreted it a different way, and I think that's the right way. Just some corrupt cops shaking a dude down. He breaks it up, ends up accidentally killing one of the cops. This is White Tiger without his amulet. So if you don't know, White Tiger wears an amulet. It lets his family get super strength, some powers.
Would never take that thing off.
Yeah.
You could just,
I don't know why you would.
Yeah.
Well, probably with his characters, some drawbacks. I don't know. But anyways, and let's see. So Matt ends up representing White Tiger.
Because he hears them beating him up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, we get a scene where Fisk genuinely wants to help. He's going to fill a hole in the road, and he does it right then and there, cutting through red tape, raising his popularity even more.
Do you think there's going to be like repercussions for it, like they did in fucking Invincible?
That's exactly what I was thinking. Eve, she's like, "Oh, I'm
helping,"
fix this.
and then the bridge collapsed because they didn't do.
That's what I was wondering. I thought that would they show that
they need a permit? They need to do all
fighting,
this stuff.
and it left this pothole. No, it's just a pothole. So we get some of this stuff. We get some of his assistant Daniel stuff. We get some stuff with Matt Murdock's new partners that are like mad at him because he took on a hard case, and he's like, that's what we're supposed to be doing. We're taking on hard cases here.
Yeah.
And then that dude, the Daniel guy, gets BB a meeting with Fisk, and she's been doing all this vlog, and Fisk thinks that he can maybe use her to increase his profile.
Popularity with the team.
While she also alerts him that, hey, if you don't do something about these cops, then you're going to lose the city. And so this cop subplot comes in here.
There's no purpose to her.
No.
Like, this is writers seeing, like, we need another character. You didn't need another character. There was no fucking point. His assistant had already said, we put in 3 calls to Gallo. That's enough.
Yeah.
I don't need another.
That
I don't need you.
They had, it was fine.
Look, it's
exposition heavy for dummies in the audience,
Yeah,
I guess,
it's
to
just-
understand how the city's feeling.
I mean, eventually people, I know I'm getting tired of like Disney treating their audience like fucking children and idiots. It's like, stop it.
Then we get the therapist book stuff that you mentioned, Joe, and I'm like, ugh, what is happening in this episode?
Man without fear.
The police commander tells Fisk basically to fuck off when he tries to go over there and mend, and he's like, no, I know who you are. I can see right through you. Fuck you. And he's like, okay. Later on, he takes care of that situation. But the lawyer friends go to the wife of Hector, White Tiger, and they just rummage through her house while she's there like she's an idiot. I'm gonna, hey, you stay right here and talk with my partner while I go privately into your bedroom.
There could be nothing weird in your bedroom, right?
Don't let anybody into my fucking bedroom that I'm not there with. And
then he just so happens to kick a little box that says "Top Secret."
Boys
only. Do not open.
9 out of 10 times.
Why the fuck would you put that underneath there?
Why is it in your wife's house that you would? Oh, well, I guess.
But it's
fine.
so stupid. You would just have it underneath.
Yeah, it's dumb.
Don't put it.
Butt plugs.
So he discovers that Hector's White Tiger's like, oh, you won't believe this. And it's at this point where I'm like, I'm bored. And I was like, uh-oh. And we have dinner.
I was waiting for White Tiger.
We have dinner with Matt and his new girlfriend, and they're doing this, like.
Let's go to Belize. Belize is amazing. Then after that, we could have sex.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
So adult here on Disney Plus. It's never gonna happen. Fisk outs criminal pressure. He puts pressure on the commissioner by
showing him his key.
He's like eating a
cheesesteak.
Cheesesteak. It's like shows him his kid, an illegitimate kid. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Puts pressure on him, and so we get a little bit of that veneer cracking on Fisk that he still knows how to handle the business. Now, is he doing this under the guise that he needs to do what he needs to do to get it, or is he becoming a criminal? Well, obviously it's a criminal behavior, but still, he might still be trying to.
In his mind, he thinks he's a good guy right now, I think.
Yeah. And then finally, Matt's investigator guy that's in the series, he cannot find
the ghost.
The witness. And I guess Daredevil just happens to run into him. Daredevil's been listening in the city.
He follows the corrupt cop.
Yes.
Well, okay, that's right.
And then they find him.
And then, the cops are like, hey, we know where he is now. And so he beats him there.
All right. Before, I got it mixed up with another scene where the Daredevil's walking through the city, and he's basically listening to everybody, praise Fisk, and it's really fucking annoying.
First one. Yeah.
There's nothing you can do about it. And I thought, oh, that's kind of cool. You never really think about. He's almost like Superman in that sense, where he's got super hearing and he has to shut things out, or just is constantly on. Meanwhile, that happens, and
he tells him, he's like, look, you're our key witness, but I don't want to go against the cops. He's like, look, they're coming here to kill you. You have this minute, 10
Love
seconds.
This scene.
Yeah, tension filled. I was like, holy shit, you have to believe this guy. So he takes off. Then they show up. NYPD open the door. He opens the door. They don't find him.
They get mad.
Yeah, this is how you know that they're corrupt cops.
Yes.
It wasn't a sting.
I want these guys to get their up and comings. They have Punisher tattoos. Now, obviously, they are misguided Punisher fans, perhaps. Punisher is going to be in the series, so is he going to be like, fuck, I don't want all these crazy people worshiping me like this? And why do they all have to be assholes?
He did kill a lot of corrupt cops. Like, that's kind of like his deal. So it's like
now corrupt cops worship him. This is real bad.
Like, hey, I think you picked your idol wrong. Did it kind of like, no, one guy only got his arm broken and knocked out. The other guy got slammed. It's like, did he break his neck? Did he kill that guy? It's like we don't see.
Dead.
Like, that guy may be dead.
That's what I was thinking.
And his whole thing is,
what's gonna happen?
I'm such a crazy
retiring.
Catholic, and I've never killed anybody.
Well, to be fair, in season 3, he decides to kill Fisk, but doesn't go through with it. But okay.
He's bad at killing.
He's bad.
He's like, he tried to kill,
Oh,
Bullseye.
I forgot the therapist's girlfriend is now Fisk and Mrs. Fisk's therapist. They just so happen. Thank you for your, being discreet. And they walk in and they're like, I have a problem.
She cheated on me.
My wife doesn't love me.
See, I thought it was gonna be the younger guy, the crazy guy. I wonder what he's gonna be up to.
Yeah,
season 2, he's a villain of some sort, maybe, or
like,
Easter egg. I don't know.
I kind of think he's already Muse. That's who I think it is. So apparently, through all this, I kind of forgot about him because I guess he's right here at the very, very end. There's a guy with a white mask with like black graffiti, and he's painting, Fisk on the wall. And this is going to be a villain of this season called Muse. So I think that guy is probably the identity of Muse.
That's a lot of characters.
It is. It is.
Have you worried that it's too many and we're focusing on the wrong things?
Yeah, are you going to lower the score because there's too many characters?
I already did.
Okay. Another weird song choice at the end put me off. I'm going to go 4 out of 10 on this one. I did not like it.
For me, I went down a bit, but I did like the final end fight.
I mean, that's the
cool.
part I like.
Yeah,
I like the
6.
final end. I like some of the elements with, again, Fisk, Matt Murdock, mwah.
Yeah,
the rest of the supporting cast.
BB, that meeting didn't really matter. Yeah. You could have just had the commissioner and them talking the funeral. That's plenty. Mm-hmm. And then that meeting they had where he's trying to be like, well, some things might come to light. I like that. I don't like, I guess, the Heather so far, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think Heather.
Wait. What did you score?
6.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I like this one a little better because the Heather stuff kind of makes sense. That we're getting a personal relationship that not just for Matt, but like now we're getting a view into Fisk's deteriorated relationship, and I think that's the only way that he snaps. Right, like if Fisk is going to snap, it's going to be because of his wife, and so it's like the Fisk with the commissioner I thought was pretty interesting. It's like now we're getting a glimpse of it. We got a good fight scene. I like Matt's investigation, so I like this one a little bit better than I like the last one. I'm hoping that we do get better and longer fight scenes in, but I'm going to go with 6. I'll give the first one a 5.
Okay. So that is how we're feeling on the first 2 episodes. Let us know if you want to continue for us to review these weekly or, after a few episodes or not. We pretty much, as a series, have covered almost all of the MCU series. I'm going to go back here for you just to give some of our ratings. Phase 4, WandaVision, 9 out of 10. This is what I gave it. The boys are different. So Phase 4, WandaVision, 9 out of 10. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, 8 out of 10. Loki, 10 out of 10. What If, Season 1, 9 out of 10. So we're riding high. Then comes Hawkeye, 6 out of 10. Moon Knight, 6 out of 10. Miss Marvel, 4 out of 10. She-Hulk, by the end, all right start, 3 out of 10 by the end. And then we get Phase 5, Secret Invasion. Whoa, Samuel L. Jackson, 4 out of 10. Loki Season 2, I think I gave a 9 or a 10. I couldn't find it on the screen. It's either a 9 or a 10. What If Season 2, never saw. The consensus is about 6 out of 10, so it's going down. What If Season 3, I hear, real bad. I'm actually curious on that. 3 out of 10 is the consensus there. So What If went from real good to so far any multiple seasons besides Loki. If you're getting multiple seasons on Disney Plus, you're going down. Echo, 3 out of 10. That's another real bad one. And then Agatha All Along was really kind to it and, may not have been marketed to me. I thought it was solid. Hit me right at Halloween, 8 out of 10. Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, now that it's over, I'm interested to kind of go back, see how it is. I think the consensus is this isn't Spider-Man. It's like an Elseworlds kind of thing, and if you're into that, then it could be fun, maybe a 6. And then Daredevil Born Again is what's going on right now. We're going to get one more TV series before Phase 6. Ironheart is coming next. So that's what's
I'm not looking forward to that.
No, I think that's probably also going to not do well. If that would surprise me if this ends up being Daredevil Born Again better than Daredevil.
No one's asking for it.
Maybe they have a really good story and a passionate team of writers, and they're going to make a wonderful show, Joe.
Yeah. Phase 6
I don't believe you.
is going to be Eyes of Wakanda, Marvel Zombies, Wonder Man.
You like Wonder Man?
No, I don't like Wonder Man. Why do I like Wonder Man?
I don't know. I thought you like all
Oh,
of
Wonder
those.
Woman?
Yeah,
No, I like Wonder Woman. I'm Wonder Man. Daredevil Born Again Season 2. Okay. Vision Quest. Okay. And then Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man has been approved for Season 2 and 3.
Sweet.
Well, ayahuasca?
Yeah.
So hopefully, in multiple seasons, hopefully Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man doesn't go down. We might have to watch that. Leave your comments down below. What did you think of Daredevil Born Again's premiere? How do you think it'll go? And you kind of feeling like us? Or you think it's much better or much worse? Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next Angry Joe Show. Bye, guys.